Question 18, Part A. Estimate the value of 41.3 times 29.6, all divided by 198.7. You must show all of your working. So the important bit of information here is the word estimate. So that means you're not working out precisely exactly what that would be to the exact decimal point. When we estimate, we round each number to the first significant figure, the first number. So if I round this to that 4, if the number after it is below 5, then that number stays the same. So don't forget, if we're before a decimal, we need to fill in that space with a 0 to maintain the size of the number. So that means that 41.3 is closer to 40 than it would be 50. I'm going to do the same to the next number. The number after that is 5 or above, which means the number before needs to be rounded up. So instead of a 2, that would become a 3. And don't forget to fill in the 0 to maintain the size of your number. So 29.6 is closer to 30 than it would be 20. The bottom number, again, rounding, so the 9 is 5 or above, which means the number before the line would have to round up. So instead of a 1, it would be a 2. And don't forget to fill in the numbers before the decimal point with zeros to maintain the size of the number. So 198.7 is closer to 200 than it would be 100. So if you have workings like this, the examiner will give you 1 mark because you've shown that you know to round the numbers first when estimating. Now I just need to work this out. So the whole point of estimating is so that you can work things out really quickly, more often than not, without a piece of paper, without a calculator, in your head, super quick. So 40 times 30, well 4 times 3 would be 12. Don't forget the 2 zeros. So 1200 divided by 200, well, I've got 2 zeros here, 2 zeros there, just cancel them off. So 12 divided by 2 would be 6. So that would be the final answer there of 6 for 1 mark. Part B. Given that 54 times 84.2 is 4,546.8, write down the exact value of each of the following. So if you notice, these are different questions, but using pretty similar numbers. So we're going to look at the relationship between the new question and the old question and see what's happened. So 540 times 842. So if you notice, this 54 has gone to 540. So it's added an extra 0. So that means that number has been times by 10. 54 times 10 is 540. So if we notice from 84.2, getting that to 842, this decimal has moved over here. Because effectively 842 is 842.0. So that means if the decimal has moved 1 space there, that means that has also been times by 10. So the answer is not going to be 4,546.8. I'm going to have to times it by 10 and then another 10 to get the correct answer of 540 times 842. So to do that, I'm just going to shift this decimal over 2 spaces because I times it by 10, times it by 10. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 4, 6, 8. So the decimal would have moved to there once and to there again. So that means I've got to fill in this gap with a 0. The decimal would be here. So that would be, count back 3 spaces, 454,680. And that would be 1 mark. So let's look at the relationship between the numbers again. So 4,546.8, so that stayed exactly the same, divided by, we're going backwards this time, 5.4. So that 54 is changed to a 5.4. So that means the decimal has gone from here to here. It's gone 10 times smaller, so we've divided by 10. So if we've divided this number by 10, that that's basically saying 54 or 5.4 times so this is the same. That's been divided by 10. So this number can't stay the same for the answer to then be the same. If I've divided this by 10, then I'm going to have to times that by 10 to equal it out, to give me the same answer. So if I times this number by 10, that means my decimal's moving over one space to make it 10 times bigger. So that number would then be 842. 454.68. So that's not the same here. The decimal has moved one space backwards. So that means the number has been divided by 10. 84.2, this has stayed exactly the same. So we've gone from the answer being divided by 10 being divided by the exact same number here. So that means we're going to have to divide this number by 10 also to make it the same, to make it balance out. So dividing this number by 10, the decimal is going from here, 54.0, in between to make that 5.4. And that would be 1 mark.